Everybody knows of this unspoken path that young adults have to take to have a long and successful future. High school, college, stable job, big family equals a happy life. But life wasn't always like this. Well, come on, men. Let's take a look at the past.
The first higher learning center in America was established in 1636, also known as Harvard University. Then other universities started popping up: Yale, Princeton, Brown, and many more. College was originally meant for the rich folk. However, in the early 20th century, there was a massive change. Anyone could go to college. Now, in the start of the 20s, the stigma is that college is a must. Anyone has now turned to everyone.
Our society pressures students 16 to 18 years old to decide the rest of their future just by one decision: which college? And this one decision could be very costly. Let's take a look at a hypothetical situation. This is Stacy. She's a great candidate for college. 4.0, club involvement, and a 1300 on the SAT. Nicely done. Before she applies, she breaks down all the costs for going to university. The tuition alone is already way more than she expected. But hey, she can take out a few student loans, right? Well, let's add on a few more necessities like living in the dorm, textbooks, transportation, and other expenses. We're already looking at a whooping $41,000 for only 1 year of college.
If Stacy graduates from her private university in 4 years, she will be entering the adult world with over $164,000 in student debt. She's already way behind on this unspoken path just because of one simple decision. And while admittedly our Stacy example was hypothetical, a lot of high school students do agree on one view.
Do you think college is expensive?
Yes, very.
Do you think college is expensive?
Yes, it definitely is.
Do you think college is expensive?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I do.
But how come all students think that college is expensive when there are cheaper alternatives like community college or not going to college at all? You see, this is the problem. Here in America, the stigma is that all students have to go to college to be successful. And this has caused the student debt to soar through the roof. The US has about $1.4 trillion worth of student debt loans. And it's only going to get worse unless we do something about it.
To expand opportunities and make college affordable and accessible for all students.
We have more economic evidence now than ever that it is subsidized federal loans that have encouraged colleges to raise their tuition prices because they're confident that students will be able to make up that difference in funds.
You know, graduating with debt, especially a significant debt, can force graduates to put off other major life steps.
Luckily, presidential candidates have noticed call for change and have been discussing it.
College affordability is personal for us. Chastity and I have six-figure student debt. I believe in reducing student debt. It's logical to me that if you can refinance your house, you ought to be able to refinance your student debt.
43 million people in the United States are currently working to pay off student loans.
This means making public colleges, universities, and HBCUs tuition-free.
I also believe in free college for low and middle income students, for whom cost could be a barrier.
Although our presidential candidates have been discussing student loan debt, how many of them have taken action? 0.
A lot of the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates have discussed their stances on reducing student loan debt. One of the most extreme proposals, if you will, has been the idea spearheaded by Bernie Sanders to eliminate all student debt by making college free.
Eliminate student debt in this country.
But other candidates like Elizabeth Warren have proposed taxing the rich to eliminate up to $50,000 in student loan debt per person, and Joe Biden is in favor of modifying loan forgiveness programs. Currently, I think most of the discussion surrounding student debt has been more talk than action, but in my opinion, that's to be expected with such a complex policy issue.
Regardless of no action being taken by presidential candidates, students do have a way of reducing debt themselves.
I managed to save student debt primarily by going to community college. The primary benefit, obviously saving a lot of money, like you save thousands of dollars going there. Also, it's a lot easier to transfer to a school that you want and get into a school that you want if you start at a community college. Yeah, I would really recommend people follow the community college path.
If If we are living in a world where students can't achieve the American dream because of the financial situation they were born with, then we really aren't the land of opportunity. And presidential candidates can help with their part. They can create laws that can cap student loans. They can set a max for how much universities can charge. Or if action will take too long, they could at least start promoting that there are other ways of achieving success, not necessarily going to college. Ultimately, our vision in 2020 is to see a world where our presidential candidates are taking action to reduce student debt or redefining this unspoken path that has unfortunately led our generation to bankruptcy.